Oh, I love the smell of interest rates in the afternoon.
Oh my goodness.
Goodness.
This interest rate smells a lot better than the current market.
And why did the interest rates go up after the Fed cut it?
Oh my gosh, so wild.
So wild.
What we thought was gonna happen, rates going down, the opposite happened.
The exact opposite happened and they went up.
So the market tends to have anticipated events already baked in for weeks prior to that event happening.
People are smart.
So we saw interest rates come down significantly.
Yeah.
In fact, there's been a 2% decline from January until now. Well, now a couple weeks ago. And we were having this great interest rate market. It was wonderful. But then when the Fed cut the Fed fund rate, everything started going up, which is the exact opposite of what people thought.
And the media just kept being like, they're gonna come down, they're gonna come down. And then there's also a narrative that everybody needs to wait for the election.
Well, I've never understood why people keep saying we're gonna wait for the election. What
Yeah.
does that mean?
Tell me.
Well, voting for one person or the other isn't a solution to the interest rate market. In fact, what we need to be afraid of is a single party swing in government, meaning that one party is controlling the presidency, the House, and the Senate.
Wait. You're telling me that there's two parties that need to actually have friction, which would benefit interest rates?
That's correct.
Whoa.
Having friction in government would actually benefit interest rates.
Whoa.
If there's no standstills, if there's no friction, if there's no debate, and one party is in control of government, then they're gonna run up the deficit. It doesn't matter which one.
So both parties are gonna end up running up the deficit in theory because the Republicans are going to cut the taxes, but they're not gonna cut spending. Democrats are going to increase spending, but not increase the tax revenue. So the deficit's going to go up either way.
Exactly. Now, of course, these are broad strokes about how people view the different parties, but if we broke it down into a theory, yes, that is exactly what's going to happen. And deficit is bad for rates because when we're in a deficit, we need to issue more treasuries. And basic supply and demand says that the more treasuries that are issued, the less value that they have and the higher the yield goes, AKA interest rates.
Wow. So you're telling me that if I'm waiting to make my purchase because of the election, that voting for either candidate and either party doesn't really have a bearing on interest rates?
It's not something people shouldn't be voting based on this candidate is going to solve the housing crisis. That's just not the reality of it. What we need to be afraid of is the single party swing. And right now, that's why interest rates are increasing, is because the market is anticipating a single party swing. So we're climbing right now. If we have a single party swing, then those interest rates are gonna hold, if not increase further. If we have a mix of government, if our House and our Senate is filled with a mix of Democratic and Republican folks, then we have a little bit more friction in the government and one party is not in control. And that is gonna be when we see a better rate market.
You're suggesting equal representation. That's just wild. I don't know if I can handle that. That's just crazy. We're gonna have to have another glass of wine.
Interest rates in the afternoon.